Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. Today I'm going to share with you a story about how a VTuber imploded their career with a single tweet. A performative outrage post that accused a respected business of selling literal CP. The literal CP in question is, of course, fictional characters included on the body pillows the company sells. I say performative outrage because that's exactly what it was. Performative outrage on Twitter has damaged or outright ruined the careers of many VTubers. Make no mistake, these kinds of tweets, many of them involving the topic of lolicon, are made by VTubers for the approval of other VTubers. Despite that support, many of these tweets end up blowing up in their face because in the process they alienate most of their own viewers and potential viewers as they sling around pedo allegations like they're buzzwords. Today's example begins with Cuddly Octopus, a very popular website that sells body pillows or dakis, featuring anime characters and a wide range of VTubers from your favorite 100-follower independent VTuber to massive corporate VTubers like Gargura. It's also important to note, the first time you visit the website they give you this warning, stating that the site contains some adult content, but you can hide their adult products with a certain option. In addition, it also states that by selecting the Prefer Adult Content option, you're consenting that you're of legal age to view this kind of material in your respective country, and they point out that all characters depicted on their website are the age of majority or older, notwithstanding suggestions given by their appearance, meaning that all characters featured in their products are depicted as adults, and it is on the user to avoid certain fictional content if their country's laws prohibit such content. Which leads us now to the meltdown you've been waiting for. Now keep in mind before we start, this VTuber had their own daki on the website, available for purchase for over a year now. Despite this, they claim that this post was the result of their first time visiting the site. Lack of research, or even believability, will continue to be themes in this video. So the call-out post goes like this. I'm sorry, I'm not the type of person to post this type of stuff, but Cuddly Octopus, why are you selling naked dakis of a character that's between the ages of 10 to 15 on your site? This is gross. Scrolling through this isn't the only porn of a minor you're selling too. WTF. Now to clarify, the fictional character included in the screenshot is the character Powder from the Arcane series based on League of Legends, and I'm sure my regular viewers are accustomed to this, but whenever I come across someone calling fictional content CP in a Twitter post, I like to immediately apply their own standard against them. Applying that standard, when this VTuber took this screenshot, that constituted consumption of CP. When they tweeted out the same photo to their following of over 4,000, that was the distribution of CP to every single person who came across it. The number of users seeing it is an aggravating factor in real cases because each redistribution causes further harm to the child depicted, which of course doesn't apply here because it's not an actual human child who can be hurt, but nonetheless. So applying their own standard, they essentially committed multiple felonies in one tweet. And if you're unsure of the laws, at least in the United States and mirrored by dozens of countries' laws across the world, fictional content is only considered CP in extremely rare situations where its content is indistinguishable from a real-life human child, something that no sane person will ever confuse with anime-related art. P.S. If you see any moron posting a screenshot of this law called the Protect Act of 2003, it's what pops up when you Google search the legality of lolicon, but if you read beyond the literal first paragraph, you will also discover that that section regarding fictional content was ruled unconstitutional by the Supreme Court. It has zero legal value towards fictional content. Further applying their own standard, it took a literal 2-minute search through their likes where I found these gems. One post containing sexualized pictures of characters from the Cross Ange series. Every character depicted in those photos is between the ages of 15 to 17. Next is a series of likes featuring Gargura, a VTuber regularly retweeting sexualized lolly artwork based on her own model. The next like is a picture of the 15-year-old character Marin Kitagawa in a video where she's wearing a bikini and showing off the software jiggle physics of the program she's in. And one last example is a like containing Hololive's Matsuri, who is perhaps the most open lolicon in Hololive. For normal people, none of these things mean much, but for a person accusing Cuddly Octopus of selling CP based on fictional characters, it seems like they're committing very similar behaviors themselves. But they go on, showing their DMs with a rep from Cuddly Octopus. The VTuber states, "Please remove my Katsuri Daki off of your site. I don't wish to affiliate myself with the production of CP. where the rep responds with, "Hello, the product has been removed." Clearly not given the response they wanted, the VTuber says, "I'm glad they removed my daki, but damn, not gonna even address the CP, huh?" Yes, you maniac. That response was more than you deserved. A professional courtesy to someone being completely unprofessional and unreasonable. If you were walking down the street and some strange person ran up to you and started shouting in your face, making unclaimed CP allegations towards you, you wouldn't validate them with a real response. You would just tell them to piss off. They basically just removed you from the site. You did them a favor by asking that, by the way. Now, we're going to take a bit of a turn in this video. I was actually sent a DM about this thread about an hour after it was made, and at the time, it had a dozen or so interactions, all positive by the way, and perhaps unsurprisingly, given the performative outrage, every single response, and I mean every single positive response, was from fellow VTubers. At that time, I also noticed something odd. They were following me. Yes, I'm as shocked as you are. I know I don't tweet much, but I think everyone knows where I stand on these issues, but unfortunately for our main protagonist, in the coming hours, their tweet left their intended audience and was getting heavily criticized. Valid criticism they would later call harassment, of course. People also started reaching out to her management about the situation, since she is in fact a corporate VTuber, where the management responded with, "We're working internally to address the predicament and ensure a professional decorum in the future." And that's where I left it off, and I logged in the next day to find a flaming bag of dog doo on my doorstep. They had gone private, wiped their tweets from the previous day before unprivating, as well as preemptively blocking me, despite me never once interacting with them or any posts regarding the situation. And while they went private, they also slung off a couple of tweets, doubling down on their opinion about lolicons, as well as trying to rally up their friends and followers to support them even more, which yeah, obviously didn't work. But later on Monday, they released an apology in the form of a twitlonger. And I'll be honest, even if it was a good apology, I still would have made this video. You can't sling serious allegations at someone and just say, "Oopsie whoopsie, I'm sorry." Although I will say my approach might have been a little more forgiving, but just like seemingly every other twitlonger apology these days, it was bad. Deflecting blame, avoiding accountability, and not even issuing a single apology to Cuddly Octopus. They stated that they stand by their opinions in the original post, admitted that they had never been to the site to the day of the post, despite having their own daki on there for the past year, blaming their use of the website in the first place on a friend's advice, continuing to demonize Cuddly Octopus, not even bothering to directly apologize or even retract their claims that the site is selling CP, blaming her reaction to all this on her discomfort with the content she voluntarily sought out despite the website's warning, and on and on and on, even clarifying that she is not suspended and will be taking a short break by her own accord to reflect on this situation. This is just your typical saving face twitlonger apology, where she seemed only sorry to her company and was just in damage control mode. Where the career goes from here, I don't know, but certainly it's lost a lot of support and respect from not only fellow content creators, but many current and potential viewers as well. Now to close this video, I want to make one final point. This is something I share with all the viewers watching this video, but more importantly, to anyone watching this who sees nothing wrong with what happened here, this is me metaphorically pulling you in 1 inch in front of my face so you don't miss what I'm saying. These topics, these grave accusations, are extremely serious and carry real-life consequences for their misuse. If you ever accuse someone of these things, you better be 100% sure before you risk damaging someone else's life or reputation over it. These terms are not buzzwords, they are allegations. Misuse of them for attention on Twitter is a shameful disservice to real victims. If you want to water down the term pedophile or CP to fictional characters on dakis, just know you're making a joke out of terms that should be assigned to real predators out there. The reason so many VTubers make outrage posts on lolicon related content while doing nothing to help real victims in real life is because it's so easy. It's easy clout and it's easy to do. You may be uncomfortable with the topic of lolicon, and that's completely understandable, but clearly you're still comfortable enough to go out there and search for it, screenshot it, and then tweet these images to your followers in outrage posts. For anyone who has the misfortune of stumbling across real CP, the only acceptable reaction is to report it to the website you found it on, and then report it to the authorities if possible as well. No person in their right mind immediately screenshots such an image and then redistributes it on Twitter for attention if they genuinely in their heart believe it is CP. That is performative outrage. But that's going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe for more daily videos, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.